Modern Family actress Ariel Winter has been living a real-life drama with her real-life mom.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down the child stars whose parents made their lives miserable or much worse.
I think my mom wanted to keep me as controllable as possible.
Number 10, Demi Lovato.
He was mean, but he wanted to be a good person.
Demi Lovato did not have much of a relationship with her late father, and it's an issue that has stemmed from her difficult childhood. Problems began when Lovato was just a baby, with her mother, Diana de la Garza, fleeing the romantic relationship when Lovato was just 18 months old.
He knew he wasn't capable of raising a family, and it was because of his mental illness.
Lovato later revealed much in a personal essay, saying that she held a lot of resentment towards him through much of her life. Patrick died in 2013 without a reconciliation with his daughter. However, Lovato displayed some acts of forgiveness in recent years, penning a, quote, gratitude letter in 2020 and naming a scholarship program in Patrick's honor.
I'm helping one person at a time. I'm going to pay for their treatment and working with Cast Recovery, which is a treatment center that I've worked really, really closely with.
Number 9, Taylor Momson. Taylor Momson is a former child actor turned musician, known for playing Cindy Lou Who in How the Grinch Stole Christmas and Jenny Humphrey on Gossip Girl.
I've really learned a lot since the last time we worked together, and I won't let you down.
She was 7 years old when The Grinch was released, but had already been working for years, having been signed to Ford Modeling when she was just 2.
No matter how different or who may appear, you will always be welcome with holiday cheer.
Momson resented her parents for this decision, telling Revolver magazine, quote, "No 2-year-old wants to be working, but I had no choice." She also stated, quote, "I didn't have a real life," and complained about being, quote, "in and out of school." As a result, she never had any real friends growing up. However, Momson later clarified that she loved her parents, despite the unconventional and difficult childhood.
You know, you two deserve each other.
Number 8, Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman was a major attraction in the late 70s and 80s, playing Arnold Jackson on the popular sitcom Different Strokes.
Better not mess with me or else I'll reach up, belt her in the knee.
As a result of his success, Coleman became the highest paid child actor on TV, but he saw very little of this money. The sitcom ended in 1986 when Coleman was 18 years old. Just 3 years later, he took both of his parents and his financial advisor to court, claiming that they had misappropriated his earnings.
Last year, he reflected on his life and on the parents whom he accused of stealing 3/4 of his television earnings.
The judge settled in defense of Coleman and awarded him $1.3 million, the modern equivalent of $3.2 million. Unfortunately, he lost all of his money over the course of a decade owing to medical problems and some bad business decisions.
We talked it over and I won 3 shows to 2.
Number 7, Michael Jackson. When it comes to problematic parental figures, it doesn't get more infamous than Joe Jackson. The father of pop icon Michael Jackson and the patriarch of the Jackson dynasty was a deeply controlling manager.
My father means well. I think he means well and wants nothing but the best for his kids. I just think that the way he went about certain things wasn't the best way.
The truth about Jackson's behavior began to emerge in the late 80s and early 90s, with Michael revealing uncomfortable truths in a 1993 interview with Oprah. According to him, Joe was both physically and mentally abusive, often overworking his children and whipping them with a belt as a form of punishment. Joe admitted to whipping the children, claiming that such punishment was common at the time.
He used me as the example. It was like, do it like Michael. You know, and he practiced us with a belt in his hand.
Number 6, Shirley Temple. Some child stars break through the cute novelty to become genuine cultural figures, and Shirley Temple was undeniably one of them.
Say, we better call up your mother before she starts to worry about you.
She won't worry, as long as I'm with you.
Temple began acting with educational pictures at just 4 years old, after she was spotted by a casting director at a dance school. Temple described her early roles as, quote, a cynical exploitation of childish innocence, and reported instances of on-set mistreatment, like locking children in windowless sound booths.
Are you sure you can get along without me?
I'll try.
Temple retired in 1949 at the age of 21. By that time, she had earned $3.2 million, the modern equivalent of $41 million. However, she only received $44,000, as her father George had refused to put her money in a court-ordered trust and kept it for himself.
Daddy, I know you by heart. You're inside my heart.
Number 5, Judy Garland. You may know Frances Gumm better as Judy Garland, the multi-talented performer who stunned on stages, behind microphones, and in front of cameras. Garland was so renowned as a young performer that she received the Cecil B. DeMille Award for Lifetime Achievement at just 39.
Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell. Zing, zing, zing went my heartstrings. From the moment I saw him, I fell.
But Garland led a very troubled and tragic life. Her mother, Ethel, was very involved in her career and worked as her manager. In Garland's own words, quote, "Mother decided we had to be stars. She started to drag us to any place someone important might see us. It worked, but at what cost?"
I think I must have chewed my lips off, wondering if he was going to come staggering back on again. I've never been so frightened. My knees were shaking all the time. Was I on key? I couldn't hear a thing.
Garland faced insurmountable pressure in the industry and developed both mental health issues and substance use disorder. She passed away at just 47, following an overdose.
Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue.
Number 4, Aaron Carter. The Backstreet Boys made their famous debut in 1996, with Nick Carter being one of the 5 famous members. The success of this band eventually helped Carter's younger brother Aaron to enter showbiz, and he also became popular. But according to Carter, his parents often exploited him for money.
Over the years, Aaron dealing with bankruptcy and family strife.
Carter's father also allegedly coerced him into signing a check by shooting a gun near his ear, causing Aaron to lose most of his hearing. Carter also claims that he received only a small portion of his earnings, and when he turned 18, he was ordered to pay millions in taxes. Carter then suffered a very troubled and controversial adulthood before drowning at age 34.
What do you think the price of fame was for your family?
Self-destructing. Like a tornado just came through our house.
Number 3, Ariel Winter. Ariel Winter became a household name playing Alex Dunphy on the wickedly popular TV comedy Modern Family.
Your mom just feels like it's unlike you to walk away from something.
At least I could walk away. My tent mate nail-gunned her foot to the floor.
The series debuted in September 2009 when Winter was only 11 years old. Unfortunately, her time on the show was marred by a messy family custody battle, as her sister Chanel fought to take custody of Winter from their mother Chrysula.
Family Services is urging the judge to give permanent custody to Ariel's older sister.
Chanel claimed that Chrysula was both mentally and physically abusive towards them. Chanel eventually won the legal battle in the court system and was awarded guardianship of Ariel.
GMA obtained court documents that show a judge ordered Ariel's mother to have no contact with her daughter's professional relationships and business contacts.
Number 2, Janette Mccartie.
What are you sorry for? For saying you're aggressive. Oh, and what am I again? Pretty and sweet. Thank you.
In 2022, former Nickelodeon star Janette Mccartie released a memoir titled I'm Glad My Mom Died, which should tell you all you need to know. The book received praise from critics about its raw vulnerability and emotional power.
You pull back the curtain on child stardom. It is not a pretty picture.
Not as I see it, no.
McCartie was candid about the physical and emotional abuse that she suffered at the hands of her mother and claims that she was under constant stress owing to her erratic behavior. McCartie also reveals that she was financially manipulated and that she developed disordered eating when her mother began controlling her diet.
Her approach was very unhealthy and informed by her own lack of self-work, and she lived vicariously through me.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, McColly Culen. McColly Culen was one of the most popular child actors in movie history and the first to cross the $1 million salary mark. But despite the fame and riches, Culkin's early life was not easy.
You're the only one acting up. Now get upstairs.
He was managed by his father, Kit, who used to work on Broadway. Culkin claims that his father was jealous of his success and that he was both physically and mentally abusive towards him.
I never chose the projects. They were like my parents, essentially chose them for me.
Culkin also took his parents to court when he was a teenager to prevent them from managing his multi-million-dollar earnings. His childhood experiences drove a permanent wedge between Culkin and his father, and they have remained estranged ever since.
That's pretty much what, if you, not going to give any advice to any people about, you should put your kid into this line of work.
Did you already know about any of these distressing stories? Let us know in the comments.
I'm